Yo, Pandu, what's up? How you doing? Hello. Why does my mic keep muting? Dude, I still don't understand why this happens. It confuses me. Oh man, I guess, I don't know. I've just kind of started diving into it to figure out what the hell I'm doing. It's very light right now. Stalabava, what's up? How you doing? Good to see you. Doctor's in the house. The doctor is in the house. How are you guys doing? Hey Lily, what's up? Hello. Let's see. Is it Padre? Yo. Yo. Let's I'll just lower this because I don't know how long it's gonna take to go through all the stuff I was looking at. So we'll just, yeah. I'll stop the music and switch over to my stuff that I can listen to. How you guys doing? Have a good weekend. I've been listening to the Resident Evil 9 Requiem soundtrack. Man, it's so good. It's so good. Dude, 102 months. That's wild. Wild, man. Thanks a lot. How you doing? Jamie, what's up, dude? I'm not stopping. Pella, what's up, yo? You can't make me. Okay, let me just switch over here. Let's see if we can't. Adele, dude, good to see you. Good to see you. Congrats on your, I believe this is the Adele. Adele, I think it is. You're doing a course, aren't you? Okay, I'm gonna just switch over, I think, to this one, yeah. And then we'll just put me here. Yeah, so we got this mesh going, right? And then I think near the end of the stream, we kind of had like a high poly or a low poly going. Let me see if I can find it. I mean, maybe it's not even in here. I think it was this one, the retopo. No? In new. Backup. We got backups. This is why you're supposed to name your stuff, guys. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, so this thing's pretty nasty because of decimation madness. But you can see I just accepted like some serious stretchage when it comes to these areas. And I mean, maybe there's a better way to like cut that up. But yeah, like maybe I can get Painter up too. I can show you. You're also completing an art test? Dude, busy guy. Yeah, Happy Dragon, 102 is wild, right? Like, Luan, what's up? Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, Pottery E. So this is the unwrap that I kind of went with. I think if I turn the checkers on, It's not too skewed, but of course you can see the grids are kind of going at angles, so that could be bad for like angling your pixels a bit. Eden, what's up? Najer, yo, 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 yo. So that's something to keep in mind, right? I think I can. Where's the? It's like I believe there's a way in ZenUV to lower the texture brightness, but I'll just turn this off again. It is all good. But yeah, so we got this kind of set up here, and then here's the texture version, which is not perfect. I mean, you can see from the top here, we got some like wood grain lines that are kind of like continuing across all the pieces. So it's something to question if it's a good idea or not. Max margin. What is this you speak of? I'm curious. Let's let me just dupe this. So if you go to faces and we go here and then we go to UV Pack Master. Where is this max margin you speak of? Under scale mode. Brain packing. Is a section called scale mode or is it max scale mode? Max margin. Hang on. The packer will not scale islands during packing. UV islands is fixed. At the same, the packer will look for maximum possible margin with which the given islands can be packed into the target UV space. Margin obstacle will be ignored. Oh, interesting. Pelin, I see your message. Yeah, no, that makes, I mean, that's good that you can identify the feeling of, oh man, this is going to be overwhelming, and then be able to back up from it. Because you can always come back to it later, you know what I mean? Shows maturity in your artistic endeavors, honestly. I have no idea what this will, so okay. Max scale, fixed scale, max margin. Yeah, because I also have heuristic search on. Dude, Finn, packing by hand is brutal. Oh, right, I have this on. Hang on here. I mean, it's definitely something a studio should be investing in if they want people to be able to use Blender, or let the people buy the licenses themselves or something. I think that is not really possible though, in the same way. Not getting too much of a. Maybe I need to try it on a different asset once we get to that point. They're mostly Maya there. Oh, interesting. So they're not yet investing in Blender plugins and stuff. Interesting. I mean, I get it. It's an expense, right? At the end of the day. I'm gonna have to dig into that one, Jamie. I haven't really played with that one before. Because you can see there's some wasted space here, for example. Yeah, because I'm already doing a lot of what is it with this heuristic scale or the heuristic search? Man, I'm probably saying that completely wrong. It just keeps searching And I'm telling it not to allow mixed scales. So it's just searching for different ways. Yeah, you're talking about this one, the mixed scales. But yeah, so I've got this all set up, and then in Painter, I got this all working, and I said I would kind of go through what I'm doing here. So we can go through here and kind of look at all the pieces from the get-go. Okay, so we've got the bake, which is here. Dude, these turned out pretty well. I'm pretty happy with these, considering I had no idea what I was doing. I just kind of went for the look, the vibe. Maybe I can turn the shadows off too. We're just checking those out. Yeah, so I've got the, there's like this demo pottery material that I have been putting on just so that you can see kind of like the interactions between the surfaces and how everything gets put together and how the masks work and whatnot. And then I went through and I found the Dintober wood material that that just I added on top. I even put like if we go to base color, you can see I'm adding a little bit of the AO into the color, as well as like some highlighting. Yeah, so there's that. But then where is it at? Is it this one? Yeah, there's a wood grain material, which I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I just used this grunge. Jay, what's up, dude? I just used a grunge wood hard mask for the mask of this. So you can see this is like the mask. And I'm doing like this is so messy. I'm doing like a triplanar on it. So it's just there. And then the thing that's kind of giving it a better look is I gave it a little bit of height. So if I turn the height map off, by giving it height, it's pushing the normal a little bit. So it's just enough so that it catches on the light. But of course, this is like ridiculous. I just have been too lazy to try and deal with how to fix that. Because I think what I would probably do is change the way that the grunge is being projected. Right now it's triplanar, right? Maybe I do like spherical. And then like, yeah, by doing spherical, it kind of fixes it a little bit. At least you get a little bit more grain differences. What I'd probably do as well, oh, that's interesting, is like mask out each of these separate pieces. So that way I can say this one would be following this pattern and this one would be following another pattern. This actually looks worse. Just gonna ignore that. Yeah, so we got on triplanar, and then I just turn the tiling up to just try and get some extra noise in there. But it's going to be seen at like this distance, so to me it's more important that it just kind of reads, and I'm trying not to care about it. And then I went in and added this copper layer. Of course you guys can't see the thing on here. So I added this like copper layer here, which is just like and there's a lot in here. It's the copper worn that you can just find in Substance. And then I went through, so if we turn this off, this one, the worn instance, what is this? I don't think I need that. So the copper worn, I have like a dirt layer on top. I've got like the worn surface where the patina coloring starts to come through, that kind of like greenish tinge. And then there's the base metal, which is kind of just breaking up our roughness. Got some roughness variation in here, which I'm just using levels on the roughness map itself. It's like fingerprint smearing. So I'm just trying to get that to break up the surface a little bit further. And then we've got our like base metal, which I desaturated a bit, so it's a little outside the PBR range, right? So there's that, and then the roughness range I just lowered or brought up just enough so it's not like this reflective surface. So then I just layer on all of this stuff. And then the dirt layer, this dirt layer is actually quite interesting because I ended up using, like if we go and, so if we look at this mask edge here, if I alt click here, we've got a mask edge that I'm using to kind of highlight some of the smaller details that are happening in the mesh. And then I've got a levels to like bring up this layer that's below. So if we turn all these off, you can see it's like I painted these out. Oh man, let's start all the way from the beginning. So I added a fill layer, and that fill layer is using the curvature map. And then I blur it a little bit so it's not so like crispy. And then I did a levels on it to like really isolate where I wanted those edges to show up. And then I painted out these bottom ones because they're just too artificial looking for the, it looks like I missed some. And then I brought in some like mask breakup, leveled it to bring it up to like a similar brightness with the other details. And you remember too, is I'm only looking at the metal part, right? So this is just dirt on the metal, the copper area. And then I brought in that kind of edge damage. And then that's just kind of how we get to this phase, which overall, I mean, I like it. It's cool. This stuff is weird. Maybe I can warp it. I don't know if we want to take the time to sit here and make that work or not. Let me see what we can do. I haven't saved anything, so we can, because you could do warp projection, right? But then you're looking at like warping it to work along a surface. So if we had it like this, maybe I need to go this way. And then I think we can, is it this one? Manipulator size. Okay, no. Grid size. No. Oh, here we go. Transform. Edit vertices. We can add more points. Yeah, this should probably help us. And then handle size large. And then we can go into edit vertices. And then we can grab these and just kind of, we can move these around. Yeah, oh, cool. You can marquee. You can rotate this too. Oh, that's fancy. Okay. So this is a little better for sure. Just because at least it's following the form a little bit more. But you can see there's a bit of an issue still with like where it's being masked. I wonder if projection depth, there we go. So that's helping a little bit. It's probably would be better to get some like vine type surfaces going. That's cool. I mean, it does tell me like maybe you can take this and bring it over here and get a similar warp going on. I wonder if this would, hang on here. Let's see. Yeah, I can bring it. I can just stretch it over there. It's such a jank way of doing this, but it's kind of helping. And you can see there's a bit of color in that as well. And I wonder if we should just like tone that down so it's not calling itself out as much. It's kind of cool though. But yeah, so I think with that, then I just need to, yeah, see, it's weird. It's still weird here though. Okay, now knowing what we know from the warp projection, I think what I will do is we'll do the warp projection still. We'll go here. There's got to be like a resetting of this. Reset grid. There we go. And then we're going to lower the grid amount. And then we'll do something like, let's see here. We'll move this over here. We'll do it one at a time, right? So we'll start like this. Dude, this is going to be weird. We'll stretch this down. Maybe I need to... Oh, once you start... Okay. Once you start changing stuff... Ooh. That's good to know. Okay. Once you start changing things, you're kind of locked in. Man, I keep trying to use my Blender movement tools to just make it work. That's so funny. Okay, so if we did like a side view like this, and then we took these ones and wrapped them like this, this should work a little bit more predictably, is my hope anyways. And then we'll take these ones, we'll bring these out like this, and then we'll take these ones, bring them like this. Maybe even like move this and rotate. Little better. A little better. That's such a weird... So the reason that tool was created to begin with is for like tree trunks and stuff like that. For like if you're mapping that type of information on tree trunks. So I'm just gonna duplicate this, and then we'll edit that one and move it. And I'll just move it over here and just rotate it. Man, what a weird... This is weird. Scaling it up? No. That is not going to help us. Bringing it together like this, maybe a little bit better. Cool. Okay. I accept my fate. It's more working around here and less on the sides here, but this is definitely better than where we were at. Cool. All right. So I need to export this stuff out. What is our texture set called? Yeah, pottery E. Cool. Just going to rename it SM_ pottery E. Man, it's a 2K texture. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get Unreal going here. We'll get those textures in. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and export textures. And we need to... We're going to do the classic... where are we at here? Oh, this is going to get weird too. I haven't exported out anything like this really. So we might not even have a shader to support this. How you guys doing? Seems like you guys are just focused on what I'm doing or working on your stuff and listening to me blabber in your ear. Unreal Engine packed. We need color, metallic, normal, no. What? Hang on. ORM, example, normal material or metallic ORM. This base color. Just put that as D. Metallic. This isn't the packed version though, is it? Missive normal occlusion. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay, we're good. We're good. There's not a lot of room. There we go. This one is ORM, and then normal, emissive, diffuse. Cool. Nosy, I think you might be in the wrong, the wrong stream, bro. Brutal. Well, that's in the history books now. Cool. Where was I? No, he's banned now. I don't know what else to do about that. There was no other proper response. Okay, where was I? So I'm gonna export out these maps. Diffuse ORM normal, yeah. And then I need to make sure they go to the right place, which is always interesting. Pottery, please. Is this the right? Hang on. Sorry, I'm doing stuff off screen here. Yes, okay. This is the right one. They're all 2K as well. We'll lower it in the engine. What's up? How's it going, Jolan? How you doing? Okay. We got our project is here. Let's hear it for frame rate. Please, no. And then I need to go to, this is my favorite shot, man. I just shipped this. Call it good. We haven't touched the blueprint stuff yet. No, we're bringing in the pottery now. PC screams in background. Can you see it in the frame rate? PC screams in red exclamation marks. You feel like I'm calling you? Oh, that's good. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, where are we at here? Pottery. Okay. We've located the old one. This is the old one. What? Boom. Old one's not bad. It has some issues though. I mean, it's just displacement from a trim sheet. So there's going to be some like weird seams and stuff, which is kind of why I wanted to go into the territory of like, let's just make it. Let's just make it and call it good. Cool. So we need to re-import the mesh with a new file. Let's do that. I'm just going to go to the pottery folder and do this and see what okay, yeah, there we are. There it is. Nice. And then we need to shadows, meshes. Cool. We're just dragging it in here. Pottery E. Oh my God. The way the textures got named is interesting. So they got named like this. Pottery E, SM, Pottery E. I guess I didn't need to put the name in there. I mean, the best way to be sure is to put the name in twice, right? That's essentially how you guarantee victory. Brain. Masks. There we go. Boop. Yeah, Eden, how's your naming convention going? Mine's not great. I think that's the nature of an artist, right? Cool. Let's keep going here. So we've got pottery. These ones were unique. The bowl, let me see what the material was set up like. Okay, so we are just doing a color normal bake or M bake. Nice. Okay. I can just probably duplicate that one then. So we will duplicate and then we'll call it pottery. Man, pottery is probably losing his mind right now. SM wall prop final 01 final final 2. Like, what if the Final Destination movies weren't actually like sequels? It was just iterations of the same Final Destination. What if? You know? Okay, let's go into this one now and then pop this out and then move these things and pop this in and poppity pop. Popcorn. Pottery E. Meshes. Can I do quotation marks? Nope. Pottery E. There we go. Yes. Yes, she says. You know what I wish would work is just dragging these all in at the same time. We have that at work. It's very useful. Okay. So one thing is the stone material here, because it's baked out, it's going to be this weird situation. Let me think what else we got going on here. Detail normal strength. Color normal ORM. Cool. Saturation, brightness, contrast. Oh, hey. But you can see like that stone is just not, it's not going to be the same because it needs to be the other map in order for this to work. But I mean, It is kind of working. So I'm gonna bring this over here. I'm not sold on it yet, but it's better than where it was. And I think because I replaced the mesh, it should be just in the templates or the blueprints that we have here. Yeah. Yeah, so they're just chilling here. Cool. Nice. Okay. Yeah, the detail normal, that's on there. Can I tweak that? Life is neurodivergent. I get you. Detail normal tiling. Nice. What is the detail normal we're using? Oh, we don't even have that exposed to us. Blasphemy. Oh my gosh. It's definitely helping though. I wonder if I can take the, what is this? This is just a value. That's not set to anything. I guess because I'm using a 4 input. Cool. Cool story. Let's go. We just have one more pot to do. My God. Oh, right. This probably needs to get renamed too. SM underscore pottery. E. Just put it up here. Cool. I'm not sure yet on the color of that because it is a little, like, we go to the color view. You can see it's like what's going on? Like what's happening? You can see I'm just skewing the values, which is probably not the best idea. But you only live once, right? Right. You're open to names for your project? The most wonderful project. Final. Final. Okay. You feel like it's super gray compared to other assets? Maybe something more brownish? Yeah, and I mean, the other thing is everything around it's very brownish, right? So it's, for now, I'm going to leave it and just see if that's something that we benefit from. Because, like, for example, this one here, that one's very dark. Oh, my camera. What happened to my camera? What? What happened? Why? When did that happen? This is what happens when you call out Eden. It turned into a TikTok camera? What do you mean a TikTok camera? There was a dramatic zoom. Really? Weird. Okay, hang on. That's hilarious. I don't know what to say. Except look at my ear. My ear is amazing. Let's oh wow, look at that. It's all types of. Okay, so this is what I see. How's this one? No. Can we do. This is, you're getting behind the scenes. Behind the scenes action right now. Yeah, we need the little like coin jumping video in the corner there so you can just handle reality. I'm gonna assume we're okay, but that was super weird. I don't know what caused that. It got scared or something. It does it on a gimbal, so maybe the gimbal like freaked out. But yeah, so this feels a bit darker. I mean, if you bring this down to like 9, dude, look at that. It's all like bloomy and stuff. Might be all right. We'll have to see. We're gonna have to do a lot of tuning, I think, of the materials as we bring everything together. Let's just put it in the scene as well and just confirm everything looks fine. I'm gonna kill Painter too. Don't worry, Painter will be back. Maybe not this stream, but it's not a permanent death. Just so we're clear. Interesting stream today. Lots of stuff happening. I mean, that's one way to put it. Huh. So we'll just drop that there. I mean, it's not bad. Dude, that freaking... that's wild. Just like trying to figure out where I put all these. Did you make the materials in Designer or just took free ones from a library? It's all like, that was from a library. The wood one is just like the mask from, not the movie, but the wood masks from just from Painter itself. Yeah, no, I don't know yet. I don't know on that yet. We'll see. Nice detail though. It's kind of cool. Okay, saving this. And then go back to the smoking. Okay, so now we're back here. Let's dive into the blueprint stuff I was excited about. Will you add some VFX later, like falling leaves? Dare I reload back? For those stick handles? Is these leaves you're talking about? You got to give them time to reach the ground. They take a bit of time. They'll get there though. They're all over the place too. Like yeah. Dude, they're really small. I get you. But it's funny. We're thinking the same. It sounds like. So the wood pieces, actually in the previous stream, which you can find on YouTube, you can see how I built them. But it's pretty ridiculous. It's not gonna lie. It's kind of crazy. Let's do this real fast. I'll show you. Okay, so let's say that you have this shape, right? And then we did like I used what do you even call it? The retopo tool that I have been using. So if I do this, right, you can see we're getting these shapes across the surface. So what I did is I did this, and then I made it solid, which I'm forgetting the freaking solidify, right? So I solidified it, so it's like this, accepted that, took these, beveled these, and so it's all very manual. Like I just went in and modeled it all. And then I'm like, cool, this is cool. Subdivide, make sure it's smooth. And then let's take these faces and we'll extrude these in a little bit just so they terminate a little nicer. right? So we got this wild strip of things, whatever they may be. Let's accept the subdivision. I'll make it a little bit higher. And then I went in and sculpted on it. And the sculpting on it was just me like, actually, I probably need to do this. So it's me just doing this, basically, with a mouse as well, because YOLO. I don't got time for my tablet. And then I think I took I have like these pores that I can stamp down, right? So I just turn the strength up so you can see them. So I have these for like stone and like pores in metal. But if you go into the brush and instead of the stroke being like a drag dot, if it's just dots and then, is it dots? No, you don't want dots. Is it space or airbrush? Yeah, because that's space. Spacing, if you lower it, so it's still spraying it down, which I'm not really a fan of. But instead of spraying it down, I'm drawing lines with it. So if I do this, you can see, I'll just lower this down. So I'm doing a lot of this type of stuff. So it's like pinching and creases throughout, and then just calling it good at a certain point where it looks good enough. Because from a distance, this is what you're getting. You're like, yeah. But Mister, no problem, man. So there's that. Okay. So the thing I was looking at. Oh, thanks, man. I mean, it's just them over each other. Like there, you can see there's a tube in the middle, and then I just did strips around and looped around. There's definitely better ways to do that, or faster, more intuitive ways to do that. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to start, like, of course I need to finish this scene, right? Oh God. But I wanted to, I'm always using this scene as like an excuse to try stuff. Like that's the main reason I picked a scene this big. And so I have these props, which you can see I can move them around. They are blueprints. But I have like a little checkbox down here, which is set to random, and they'll just randomize as I move the blueprint around. If I turn randomize off, I can like scroll through this if I want to just switch between them. So this could be faster for like if you wanted to just not have to dig through your library and you had like all of your related props kind of associated to the same blueprint. So this is kind of like, I like working this way because then I can do quite a bit of things. And maybe like this randomization is a little too wild. Pablo, what's up? But yeah, so we'll have to, we're going to dig into how this blueprint's, how I've been playing with it so far. And maybe like we'll prototype the thing that was posted in the server as well by, dude, I do not know how to say your name. Giora? Giora. Giora. Anyways, we'll look at that. Pablo, your question. You're trying to switch from sculpting in ZBrush to Blender 4.5. I've tried to recreate brushes like trim smooth border, but I feel like I can't get the sculpts as sharp as in Z. Have you had that feeling? Yeah. Give me a second. Oh, nice. I'm already playing Resident Evil. Say what? I am playing Resident Evil? What do you mean? Dude, hang on. Oh man, that is hilarious. You guys will not believe what I just witnessed. No, no, it's funny. Uh, my partner's playing Resident Evil, or she was in the menu and she's.
No, I'm too scared.
You're too scared to start it?
Yeah, I just finished Kina.
Nice. Congrats. She just finished Kina. Okay, that's wild. Okay, so she just finished Kina and she started up Resident Evil, but she was just in the menu because it's terrifying. But I'm like, dude, is she gonna play? That'd be pretty wild. Be pretty wild. What was I gonna show in here? Ah, sculpting. Okay, we do have a video on it, but I'll just quickly show you what I did to achieve the trim smooth. I'm going to also dude, I need to just do it. I have like if I go to the sculpting, I have these brushes here. I'm just gonna put them on Patreon for the tier 2. If you have tier 2 on my Patreon, you'll just get these brushes. But there's a trim smooth border brush. Let me go here, subdivide this thing, and we'll go to sculpting, dynamesh it, and then so this is what you're looking for, right? Dude, the remake, that's the one she was looking at. Yeah, man. We just got through Requiem too. No spoilers. But yeah, is this what you're looking for? Are these the brush strokes you need? Feels good. Feels real good. Kind of. All right, cool. No, I actually I quit using ZBrush mostly. Like there's very rare occasions where I need to open it, but I haven't really opened it unless a mentee is asking me something. I've switched to Blender because as far as environments go, I haven't really needed to go too crazy or crazy enough where I need to go back into the Z. But yeah, I even have like a alpha for it, right? So you can see there's an alpha on here, and it's got some texture on it. But yeah, it kind of, I mean, it behaves similarly. Like if you go down and then you hold down control to invert, you get the same like filling effect that's on like the same plane. So it's you know, it's doing the work. Yeah, RE2, man. So good. But yeah, I just need to, I want to put these on Patreon. I got this like rock stamp one too. Pretty happy with it. Okay. Cool. Let's dive into this thing because it's still melting my brain, but you know, we'll get there. Where was it? BP blueprints. No, what? Oh, array test. Yeah, cool. Patreon. Oh man, Najer, you wish, you wish I was smart enough to make a command for Patreon. That's a good shout though. I need to do that. Is what that is. Here's the. I think that'll work. But cool. All right. Take a gander. So I don't know how in depth we want to go with this. I mean, maybe we just go for it. So construction scripts, to say it plainly, like if we go here and I just right click and I say blueprint class and say actor. So actor is an object that can be placed or spawned in the world. So I'm going to say, yeah, we'll just call this test. And when I open it up, you have your viewport, you have your construction script, and your events graph. Oh, I know, Najer. Thank you very much, man. For years, that's wild. I appreciate it, dude. So you have your viewport, which of course has its origin and all that stuff, and then you can do all the things you want to do inside your like visually, right? So if you wanted to add like a cube, you can place a cube, and there's your cube, right? And if you compile it and you go out here and you drag your blueprint out, there's your cube. Cool. Yeah, so you have this visual. I'm gonna delete this cube, and I'm gonna go to like the event graph. So the event graph, this is the thing that I have yet to truly touch. This thing's a bit scarier to me, but this event graph is essentially things that happen when the game is running or playing. So once you hit play and stuff's happening, all of the logic is firing in here based on how you've set it up, right? Now the construction script, this is the stuff I'm most interested in right now, is because I would consider it like the gateway drug into blueprints, just to start getting used to it and seeing like, okay, what can we do here? So everything executes from left to right, and you can see these are like little execution lines and all the stuff that, this is where it gets daunting. You're like, get data smith, what's a visual logger, what is all of this, right? It gets wild. It's a little crazy. And then when you save, you have to make sure that you compile, so like all the logic runs and whatnot. Okay, that being said, there's some stuff you can control in here, right? So if let's close this. We'll go back. I'll delete this. And then we'll go into the array test that I was doing. So in the array test, what I'm doing is I thought of this branch later, and I don't even know if this is a good idea. But essentially, this branch is saying it's a true or false statement, right? So let me just do this too. If true, do this. If false, do this. And what this is, so this is a component that says set static mesh. So when the script runs, let's ignore the branch for now. Actually, let's even array random. Let's just do this. So we'll take this. We'll put these down here. So we can ignore these, right? Actually, even better. I'm going to do this. Oh, it even saved everything already. That's terrifying. Branch. I'm just going to put it back. Let's save that, compile. Okay. Now I'm going to go here. I'm going to duplicate it. And we'll mess with this one. Okay, so what we're looking at here, I'm going to delete the branch. I'm going to delete the random. And we're just going to plug directly into this. Mesh array, rubble type. No, we're going to go into this one. Not confusing at all. Cool. So I just want to keep this simple so we can just like process what we're looking at. All right. So we've got our construction script. When it runs, which is basically when the prop is placed in the in the environment. That's a good question, Padre. I have not looked. We can look here in a little bit. If you remind me, I don't even know how to check that. But so we've got this construction script, right? When you place the prop in the level, it fires. That's how it works, right? And every time you move it, it fires again. So it's because when you move a prop, it's being executed every time it's moving, right? So what's happening is I'm setting a static mesh, and the target is this mesh here. This is where it gets weird, and I think requires a bit of like repeated describing. But essentially, like if you go to this viewport, you can see we've got rocks here, but those rocks are only known because there's a mesh being set. So static mesh is this guy here. That guy is basically me saying static mesh and clicking that. And then there it is. And then I drag it in. So you can see this one says 1. So this static mesh does not have a mesh. It's just an empty, like that's going to be a mesh. But right now there's none set. So this is the target. So we're going to say, okay, place the prop, script fires off. It says set static mesh. The target is this. The new mesh is what? So this is where you can go like, how would I do this? So you've got, man, this is weird describing this because I've been learning it even just yesterday. So you have variables, and variables are the pieces that you're seeing in here. Like these are variables. And you can see random is in there, which we can technically get rid of because we don't use it. Because we deleted it and whatnot. But we have rubble type and mesh array. Now, rubble type is just called that because I named it that, right? You can see it here. I named it that. So if you say, okay, I want a variable, and I'm going to hit plus here, and I'm going to just say mesh, right? So this mesh needs to be, instead of a Boolean, it needs to be a static mesh, right? Static mesh. Or maybe even a static mesh actor, but let's see what happens. And you can see on the side here, you also have a drop down that says single, array, set, and map. What I'm dealing with right now is singles and arrays. So single would mean a single mesh. So if I hit compile on this, now if I select mesh, you can see that I can assign like a rock, or let's do pillar. Move this out of the way. Maybe even rubble. Can we do rubble? Rubble A base? Sure. So rubble A base looks like this horrible thing. Okay. So this mesh is set to that. And if I drag it in here, you can see we say get and set. So I'm going to hold down control, which brings it in as a get immediately instead of a set, I believe. Yeah, because set is something else. I haven't even touched those. I'm just keeping it simple. So this mesh that's here, if we detach this and we drag that in here, or I guess technically we can just drag it here. This script runs. It says, I need a mesh. This is the target. This is the mesh. And then it applies this rubble piece. Maybe we should just name it rubble. It applies this mesh to the target. So if I save this, and then we go in here and we just drag this out, you can see now we're getting that mesh, right? So what I want is a way to select multiple meshes from one graph. But yeah, so to do that, instead of this being a single, so it's static mesh still, but instead you would switch it to array. And when you switch it to an array, let's just like maybe array example. We'll detach this. We'll compile it so it's just there. We'll set this to an array, and you'll see that this could break connections because previously it was plugged in some other logic. So it's going to recompile and it's going to check for any issues, which this looks terrifying because it's going through all my stuff trying to confirm that I'm not using it somewhere and something's about to explode. So just letting it search through my project. Give it a second here. All good. Okay. So you can see the symbol has changed now. It's like this like 9 cubes. And if you can see we still have the mesh here as well. If I hit compile now, we're going through creating a blueprint that lets you switch between props. So you have this array example, and now you can see I have a plus instead of a mesh input. So if I hit plus, I can get more meshes, and I can do all of this. So now I have, like, let's say 4 options, okay? And I go in here, and let's do pottery, and we'll go all, and we'll go static meshes. So I'm going to drag in, like, let's say this one, or actually, let's do this one. We'll drag in this one, and maybe like, we'll do this one. So you can see I dragged in for each one of these. Now, if I clear these, what you can do is just control click the ones you want, and then just drag it in, and it'll just make the array for you. Now, it's important to remember that these are not going by name, they're going by index number. So as far as this is concerned, it's just looking at 0, 1, 2, 3, right? So in order to pick that, we would have to drag this out and then type in get, and then get a copy. And this get node is the same as this one. So the get node is saying get a specific integer, which is one of these, and then output it as the new mesh that gets dropped to the target. And you can see we've got like 0 as the default. And we want to expose this, right? So we drag this out, and we'll set promote to variable. And we'll just call this prop picker. So let's go ahead and delete these. We'll delete this one. So now we have like a script that runs, says I need to set a mesh. Here's the target. What's the mesh that's going to be placed on the target? Here's an array of props, and then I want you to get one of those props and then say that's the mesh, and then it'll apply it. Hopefully this is not too crazy how I'm describing this. The next thing to probably tell you about is the fact that there's these little eyes here. So we can do this already, right? So if we hit compile, and we take this and we drag out the, oh my God, where's the freaking blueprints array test? We drag this out, and we're already seeing a pot, right? So we drag this away. So we're seeing a pot here. Looks like it's working, but you want to be able to control the type, right? And of course we have rubble type, which is in here. We don't need that. And we don't need the mesh array. We just have the array example, and then our static mesh, and then our prop picker. So this prop picker, by clicking the eye next to it, allows it to be exposed. It's kind of like making in your material, it's kind of like making a input exposed to be able to be modified in a material instance. So we click the little eye there. Let's compile this and then make sure it's saved. And then if we go back up to here, I'll just close this. So now we have this. And then if you look down here, we've got the prop picker. And some number values that we can go through. And you can see I can only go 0 and 1. So what I actually need to do is go to the prop picker node and then start looking at the attributes for it. Let me move my camera. So for the attributes for this, the sliding range, we know that the array is 0 to 3. So here we're going to go 0 to 3. And then you just save that, make sure it's compiled. And now we should have a slider that works all the way from 0 to 3. So now you can switch these, right? And then when you take this and you move it around, it's all good. The reason we were enjoying this whole random thing is very much like Designer. Like once you can get used to how it's working, it's gonna just start clicking, which is the exciting part. Instead of get, we could say random array item. And then, oh wow, you can even output the index. Interesting. So if I do random instead of get, now the prop picker is not needed. We can just hide that. And then we can save, compile. We can go back here. And now every time I move it, it's switching, which is pretty cool because that also means you could probably put in a randomized rotate, right? You could randomly rotate it. So it's never exactly the same. And you can give a random rotation amount that's going to be not too crazy. So this stuff for me is super exciting because it's kind of like the gateway into like expanding how you use your props. There is an article that was done on the Empire website. Let me get it here. It's a really cool article, actually. But in the article, let me bring it over here. So in the article, it gets dived into, which is cool because I hadn't really seen it set up before. But essentially it was like, we do this video here. Nice and high res. But see, these are just exposed values for moving pieces around. Which can be pretty handy for this type of stuff, right? So you can like turn the lid on and off. You can change the propping on the inside because it's all kind of built in. You can change the text on the containers. Very, very useful. It does become pretty tedious, so it's really specific on like what you're trying or want to do. But it's pretty cool. It allows for a lot of flexibility, especially if you want to use your props in a bunch of different ways. Yeah, see, this one's like just changing out the prop for another cable, which is pretty nice. Dude, that's so wild with the button pressing. That is so crazy. It can be pretty awesome. It can also be a huge time sink if you have those controls, right? So I think the idea of setting up some random ranges can be really cool for getting some natural variety in your assets, right? Because you could build it into the prop. Like in this setup, you could make it create material instances from a master material with every like blueprint you drop. So you could make some pretty interesting variation naturally with it. Will this be very optimized for games? So I think it was talked about a little bit in the chat above. Jamie was saying it's like you could save on draw calls if you use ISMs and HISMs, like hierarchical instance static meshes or instance static meshes. Because all those pieces are going to be separate, right? So the question is like how optimized would it be if everything is static in the end and is all like the logic is baked out? Then it doesn't matter. Especially if everything's nanite, then you're just it's just geometry on screen now. But there's definitely some stuff to have in mind. Now, if you didn't want this to be randomly changing the whole time and just changing when you stop moving, I believe there's a way to do that. Class settings. Where is it at here? Simulation, find, hide unrelated. I'm trying to remember where it's at. I saw a video on it and was like, oh, that's nice. Yeah, this one. Run construction script on drag. I'm still in the way, man. So run construction script on drag. If you turn that off and then you save, you can see it'll no longer change until you stop moving. So then it just runs it when you move it, which can be really useful if it was really expensive to generate whatever it was doing. The downside is you can see it's gonna randomize when I rotate as well, right? So this is why I started getting into the territory of like, okay, maybe, maybe I need to have this branch where I can add a Boolean that says true or false. It's yes or no, right? And then I expose it. And it's only a Boolean because like if I hit plus here and then I say random yes, question mark. I don't know if I can even have a question mark in there. It looks like it. And then default's a Boolean, but you can see you have all these other options, right? For now, let's just say it's a Boolean. And then you make that visible. You can just drag this out while holding down control. Just FYI. So if you drag this out, there's get and set. If you hold down control, you get, and if you hold down alt and you drag it out, you get set. Just so you know. And the set, I have not played with that at all. It looks like it's part of the script logic. So you can tell it to set, run a check for setting. If it's checked, yeah. It's I'm gonna have to dive into that more. But now I have this integer, this Boolean, which says true or false. By default, it's set to false. And by doing that, false means it goes down here, which means it looks the same target as the true version. But the new mesh is get, right? It's a get where I can use the integers to choose which mesh from my array I want to pick, and then it will output that. If this is set to true, then it picks this one to set a mesh, but it runs through random, and then the integer is no longer, the get and the integer are no longer part of this. So you can see by default, it's going false. If by default it was true, you can see it's just going to run through and go with this option. So it's really, really cool, I think. And this is just like the tip of the iceberg when it comes to like what you could do with this. Because now I can move this around and you can see it's set, but I can duplicate it, move this one over here, turn on the random, and just let it randomize as I move it around. Which is kind of cool. And I can duplicate that one, move this one over here. This is why I'm like, oh, maybe the rotate random would be really nice. And then if I don't want it to randomize, I just uncheck that. And then I choose manually which one I want to have visible. Now, the one that I was a bit hesitant about because I've never delved into it is this one. And I'm not sure if I should do this, but essentially it's tracing. if I understand this correctly, it's tracing a ray based off of the upward facing vector of the prop that's being placed. And then it's using that to figure out what the normal is under it. And then it's updating the angle of the prop to align with the normal of what it traced against. Which is kind of like, wonder how I would describe that. I mean, maybe we should just make it. Going wild, going blind. So we'll just make this. I'm just gonna do new blueprint, actor, ray trace, not ray tracing, right? But it is basically the same concept. It's tracing a ray. Let's go. This is, yeah, we're going in. Prop, I'll just say ray trace prop. So we're gonna open this up. We're gonna hit save on this. It's compiled. I'm just gonna add a cube again. And then maybe we'll like, oh, whoops, cube. And then I'll make it like 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. Oh, nice, I don't have. Then I'll bring it up so it's just on the ground there. Cool, so compile this. Let's drag it in. Nice. I'm gonna also preemptively create some scenarios here. Actually, I can probably do it with something here. Let's grab that. We'll exit out of that. Oh, also in chat, how do you guys check a draw call count on in your viewport? I've not done that in like forever, so I've forgotten. So I'm gonna bring this down. This is gonna be our normals we're gonna raycast against, which might be a really bad idea because it's a lot of normal information. I have no idea. So what we have going on right now is we'll move this around, right? Maybe I even bring it up here. We move this around, and when it goes on top of this, what I want it to do is cast itself correctly, basically based on the normal that it's on, right? So if I place it over here, that maybe it goes this way. Okay. Currently not doing it. Let's reset that, and then we'll just bring this back over here. Okay, I'm scared. Let's go. All right, so we're using line trace by channel. And I think the reason you want channel oh, it's going to debug for one frame. Interesting. Okay, trace channel is visibility. Not sure why. Also, I do not know how to get an add. Is it this? Oh, it is. Hey. Subtract. Okay. Can these be switched on the fly to those? Doesn't look like it. And then we need a multiply. There we go. Cool. We also need a get actor location. So what this node is doing is it's looking at self, which is self would be the root of this entire blueprint. And then we're going to add, man, this is weird. Get actor up vector. So the up vector for this would be the blue, right? So this is the straight up vector of the blueprint. So we're going to get the up vector. We're going to multiply it by the This is wild, man. Oh, interesting. He put a value in here. Promote to local variable. Hang on here. We don't need that. Put a value in here of 25. But the value is 25 stat unit should be enough, I guess. All right, let's go over here real quick. Cuz there's already quite a bit of stuff in here. Stat unit. Like where's the stat scene rendering? Stat scene rendering. Stat scene. Am I reading this wrong? Stat unit. I thought it was stat FPS, no? Is it because this is off? Real-time viewport. Maybe that was causing issues. Stat FPS. Man, weren't we just doing this like a few streams ago? Stat unit. I'll wait for you guys to come up with some other options while I look over here. Press G. Stat scene render. Scene rendering. Oh, dude, I feel like I'm entering this all wrong. Okay, I'm gonna go back over here. Confirm it in your own Unreal and then come back to me. Actually. Stat scene rendering. Shift L. Or you can use Shift L. Stat. Is it weird that I'm not getting anything down here? I find that kind of weird. Error, syntax, string line. Think it needs to be in play mode? No. Really? Simulate the level? Is that what you mean? Or just click it and see what happens? Explosions incoming? Stat scene rendering. Negative. Not in play mode or anything. Works first try for me. I have no idea, man. Okay, let's solve this thing, and if we get time, we'll go to the level and see if it's because I'm not in like an actual level. Cool. Okay, so I'm not sure how this is being turned into, because see, right now it's a vector, and in the screenshot, it's an integer. So it's a single value, which is kind of, I wonder if I multiply by float. No. To float, double precision. There we go. So I just turned it into a float. Okay. There's another one that's down here, and that one needs to be a float as well. This one's set to 1,000. Thing is I'm not sure why. I don't know why this is set to 25, and I don't know why this is set to 1,000. But this goes here. This goes here. This one goes here. And then these two go into the start and end. This is plugged into here. So this starts, goes through this, does a line trace. I'm guessing this starts at 25 whatever and then ends at 1,000 whatever. I'm not sure. This is also set to 1 frame. Trace color, trace hit color, draw time. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna trust the process. Break hit results. Break hit result. I'm gonna expand this. So this goes into here. And I'm not sure why. So right now this is an array, but I don't want it to be an array. Trace is complex. Trace complex is checked for some reason. Ignore self. No idea. Promote to variable. No. Hit result. Oh, so it's creating. We need to set that to single, no? No, this is just the exposed. We don't need that. Pull from out, hits, and then type break hit result. Thank you. Break hit. Wait, what? Break. Do I need to turn this off? Break hit result. You're doing a multi-line trace. No. Oh, you're right, dude. Okay, no, you're correct. So multi-line would mean an array, right? So what we need is a line trace by channel, not multi. So see how this one says line trace? Thank you. So we're gonna plug this in here, this one here, delete this. Gonna do this to 1 frame, visible, trace complex, blah, 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 blah. Okay, and now this can go into this because it is a single line trace, single point of data. Make, hang on, normal impact. Make rot from Z. No idea what this is. I guess it's pulling the Z vector out of the impact normal because it's XYZ and we just need the Z vector. Set actor rotation. So after it does the line trace, it's going to set the actor rotation, and the new rotation is going to be based off the impact normal from the line trace. Oh. Hey, we're kind of doing it. You can see there's the line trace that's happening. And it's only doing it for one frame. Dude, wild. Okay. So my next question would then be, instead of this cube, let's fern, static mesh. We're just going to grab one of my ferns. We're going to just put it in here. Save that. Go back out here. There's the fern. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. And then I want to just click here, paste. Okay, so the idea that I have is that I'm going to just make this fern like way bigger. Oh, we're in the wrong freaking... Cool, 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 cool. I'm like, oh, that's totally going to work. I want this fern to be 3 times as big. Cool. Okay, so we have this giant fern. Now when I move it, yeah, it looks like it's tracing along the... Okay, cool. Nice. Man, it's kind of hard to see. Hang on here. Okay, so this might be crazy because of how many normals there are in here. But what I want to check is now if I click in here and paste, like what are the ferns doing and are they following? You know what I mean? It doesn't look like it. I mean, they kind of are. There's so much normal information going on in here though. Change from 25 to 0. What is this value? Start and end? I think the start of the trace is happening too far below the fern. Oh, 1. Man, wild. Okay. It's not doing it on place, which I assume is not something I can control. Yeah. Because it has to move, I guess, to do a trace pass. Visibility for 1 frame. Man, persistent. That's wild. For duration. So you could say how long. We'll do for 1 frame. Trace hit color. Trace color. So if it's red, it's not hitting anything. That's interesting. It doesn't think it's hitting something here. Huh. Okay, wait. Let's sphere. Is this interesting to you guys? Just gonna bring a sphere in here. We'll like flatten it out. We'll just do this. Very interesting for you. Cool. Yeah, so basically if it's perfectly on the ground, I think this is why there's a bit of a buffer. Let's try 5. Yeah, no, it needs to be slightly elevated. I mean, I don't know if it's... Is it just not reacting to this? Oh, it is at a certain point. So it's not here, but if I bring it down... No, I guess maybe because the normal is too extreme there. This was originally set to 25. Let's just try that and see. I'm not sure what the start and end is. So it's the start of the trace and the end of it. So it'll cast 1,000 units, which it probably doesn't need to. But it starts at 25, whatever that is. I wonder if it doesn't take into account the scaling that's happening here, or the skewing. You know what I mean? Interesting. So it does have a breaking point. See, now my hope is I can click here and paste. Yeah, and it angles based on what I'm pasting it onto, which it looks like it's doing. So that's cool. Because then you can just go in and, like, you know, it's like, oh, I want one in here. I want one on the side here, and you can see it'll already rotate for you. I'm just left clicking and then pasting it where I clicked. But you can see the power that would give you by not having to worry about too much about that stuff. Of course, you lose all ability to rotate. Which could be problematic. Kind of interesting, though. I'm like, where did I place all these? Dude, look at him. You can see him casting. Man, that's sick. I wonder if you can have it cast once. I don't think you can. Like where it does the initial placement, but then allows you to override after the fact. But I think you'd have to build it in to let you do that. Huh, that's cool. Okay. So you could do all of this logic in here. Both of these can't go in here, can they? They can. That's kind of crazy. Is this going to work? Of course, it gets a little crazy. It is rotating, though. Oh, that's interesting. That's kind of wild, man. Yeah, I guess the next thing would be to like try and figure out how to like get it to yeah, cuz see I can't rotate this. Try and get it to place itself. Like position itself on the where it casted to. So it's always like snapping. Baxter, what's up? How you doing? Good to see you. Interesting. Okay. We're making some headway. Man, that's kind of wild. Let me just delete that. So, that's yeah, that's wild. I don't know. I'm trying to think of the stuff that I could do with this. Like for the temple type things, it doesn't really make any sense. But I think for more of the hard surface type stuff, they could be really useful. Or if you needed to position or move things through the event graph. Can you call things in the event graph from? Oh, you can. And then you just replace this with the construction script. So if you needed something to be interactable, you could do all the logic here because then you do a button press. On button press, maybe you animate the button going down and back up. It's just like a curve that happens in here. Huh. I mean, you could just have it fire off a sequence too. I don't know how much more expensive that is. But this is really cool. I feel like I'm learning things, which is fun. I hope you guys are as well. Oh, this also these blueprints probably need to be static. They don't. There's no reason for them to be. Yeah, what are we looking at here? Yeah, this mesh is static. This one would need to be static. There's no reason for those to be movable. But yeah, do you guys have any questions about anything that we looked at so far this stream? We've got like 8 minutes left. Dude, wild. It's fine, guys. We're fine. It's just a fern sphere. I wonder if I could do. So we set the Z. I mean, I guess it's setting all of the information. Random rotate. Random rotator. Rotator. Clamp axis. Get axis. Angle. Ooh, wow. Okay. I'm starting to understand the connections because what I'd want to do next is be able to take this, and when you place it, it's randomly rotating on the what is this blue axis, on the blue rotation only, right? And then the rest is being because see I can't do it now, so what I'd want it to do is randomly do it for me. Teleport physics. Whoa. You could get the actor rotation, add it to the get, then set the rotation. Get actor. Wait, we have that over here, right? Location vector. No, we need get actor rotation. Add. So you'd want to get the actor rotation, add it to the get rot from then set rotation. But I guess you'd want to randomize this, no? But we'd want to randomize a specific value because I think it's combine actor rotation, combine actor rotation. It's not set or combine rotators. You could get actor rotation, add it to the get rot, and then set the rotation. So how do we? Because now I need to randomize just the single vector as well. I think that's right. Yeah. So right now I can't rotate it, right? Because it's casting. It's doing its raycast. You can break the rotator, get just the Z, and use random float from the range on the Z rotation. Break no, wait, what? I did not compile. Hang on. Is that working? It's kind of working, but it's not limited to the. Yeah, I can see the. It needs to be limited to. What did you mean by break? Break the rotator. Because there's break the node links, which just cuts those. Split strut pin. I see. Okay. You can drag the result from get actor rotation and search break rotator. Oh, wow. You combine rotator to do this, and then get actor rotation. You get random float from range. Random float in range. Return value. Because I think after this, I'd have to combine rotator. No. Break rotator 0 to 360. How do I remerge all three of these back together? Man, this is just like designer. Merge focus point. Merge. Make? Oh, of course, make. So this is just like terminology that I just have to get used to. So this needs to go back into Z. This needs to go into Y. This goes here. Am I thinking this through correctly? And then this all goes to new rotation. We're definitely we're on to something. You can set the other axis to 0. Oh, true. Working, don't touch. Oh, man. So, I mean, how would you set those to 0 then? I guess you would just say float. Set float variable? Or set float? No. Or you would do this and just, there's your 0. That is looking promising. Yeah, that's doing it. It's doing it. Man, okay. Combine rotators. That's crazy. I hope your guys' brains don't hurt too much. Mine does. That's crazy. Okay. Well, I think I will call it there. I don't know what you guys thought about the stream. That was kind of fun. A little wild to say the least. Just break the lines. Well, I appreciate your guys' backseating in chat. I really needed that, actually. Backseating has such a negative connotation to it, but I approve. Have you dabbled in PCG yet? It's way more complicated. Not yet. Not yet. Please no. Please no. Music coming. Do you guys like the outro music? It's pretty intense. But okay. I'm gonna get out of here. I'll see you guys in the Discord. Here's the Discord link works. Or I'll see you on the next stream. Bye, guys.